Hey Alabaster, welcome to Council Comments. We are joined today by our Ward 6 Council member, Mr. Zach Zahariadis. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
This is your second time with us.
Second time, yep.
So it's still kind of new. How's it feeling? You feel more settled or still feel kind of...
I guess I feel somewhat prepared this time, more so than last time. But, last time we kind of just kept it going in conversations. That's my plan too. So don't get worried about the cameras.
This is the easy part, but
right.
What about Council? How's that going? Do you feel like you've gotten your feet wet?
I have. And I've had now almost a full year under my belt.
Yeah.
And having the guidance from these guys have just been, from anybody from the mayor down to any other ward representative, it's been so beneficial for me, because otherwise, I will say, I don't ever quit things. I really don't. But there were some times where I had to just slow down and ask questions on how to handle certain situations, how to handle, certain comments, and people would get upset at certain things, and it's hard to be accepting of everybody's opinion sometimes. We want to make sure we're doing it the right way. So it's been nice having the guidance from these guys who've been doing it for years. So
that's wisdom, leaning on other people.
It is, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
So it's been great.
Well, you are a parks guy for sure, right? You've got kids and you guys are in Parks and Rec all the time, right? Yeah. So we've got a lot of park updates. So why don't we start with that?
Yeah, the first one I'm sure everybody can see the most progress on is Patriots Park. So again, as we mentioned it last time, that north side of town was in desperate need for something, and as you can see, that contractor has been kicking butt. They have been flying through, and they were anticipated to be done before June, so like full completion and all that. But now, just because of a couple of rainouts and here and there, it's been pushing it back a hair. So actually, though, mid-June, be on the lookout for hopefully a big ceremony is our plan.
Fun.
So
Okay, so
we'll
maybe
have some
a little
more
fun
details to come forward with soon. But we're planning on, once this gets launched and everything gets completed, the curbing gets done, the parking lot gets done, everything gets finalized, we're going to try to have a big event to try to draw that side of town and just really the whole city, but more so make a big emphasis to show that side that we were really thinking of them put this park in. So,
I think it's going to be great. It's looking amazing. If you haven't driven by, if that's not your area, go and drive by, take a look at it, and definitely keep up with Alabaster's Facebook page and website. If you guys do have a great grand opening, we definitely want to be at that.
Yeah, Neil Wagner's been doing an amazing job keeping that stuff updated, and I think people have been appreciating his Facebook posts and staying current on everything. I think people are getting their information a lot quicker. So
Neil's the best.
He is the best. He is the best.
All right, so Larry Simmons stuff's going on there too, right?
It is, yep. I know. I've had a couple parents that I happen to coach with or I'm alongside with pretty often. They were like, you guys tore down those bleachers and all that? And I'm like, yeah, they're just part of the plan to kind of open it up and give it a new look. And so they got that part knocked out. They had a few other kind of storage buildings in the area too that knocked those down. So that's coming along a lot quicker as well. There'll be more work coming into the summer as well with it. And then of course later on down the road with the rec center and all that, there'll be kind of another stage of an overhaul there. But Larry Simmons is the first one you're really seeing some dirt moving besides Patriots Park on the far side.
Will Larry Simmons will we be utilizing that with parks this fall?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
and I know I'm not into lacrosse myself. It's starting to become more popular here, it looks like, but I know a lot of the lacrosse teams play there as well. So that'll be good for them. And then when we get kind of carries over into Peanut Davenport Field right next to it, they're going to utilize it for football, soccer, and lacrosse all in that area right over there. So it'll look great once it's completed. So
perfect.
Yeah.
And then we got lots happening with veterans, right?
Yes, ma'am. We do. And so Veterans Park, there's some big changes coming tonight. Actually, prior to our meeting, we're supposed to have the contractors come in and actually give us a for real overall breakdown of, hey, this is exactly what we can or can't do. The overall plans are going to include returfing all the baseball fields in there, which having turf, I don't know if anybody has had kids play on it, or it's so much easier for maintenance. It's a little more expensive on the upkeep, on the upfront cost.
Yes.
But after that, you're done and you just kind of maintain the turf and keep the boxes set and all that. But overall, I was talking to Tim the other day, not having to have guys repaint the lines between tournament games and all that. It's going to make a big difference once you get it done. So turfing the fields, and then also relocate some outfield fences. And we're really heavy in the youth, and it's not really, some of those fences are so deep for the older kids that play either baseball or softball. Drawing in a couple of fences on a couple of fields would help a lot.
Okay.
They're going to be bringing some of those, redoing the fences on the outlier of the field itself, which will just look great to give them a good fresh look.
Yeah.
Just a brand new renovated look. Also going to be putting covers over the bleachers. I know a lot of my wife is one of them, and a lot of the moms I hear all the time. We go to different parks, or even some of ours, we don't have any covers. It gets hot up there. I understand, believe me. but we're actually going to go ahead and get some covers over the bleachers and all that.
That's awesome.
To keep everybody more comfortable in the shade.
Yeah.
And then also on the interior, there's some old trees. There's some bad tree roots kind of running through the concrete, which kids run 90-0 in there anyway. So just to avoid some injuries, we're going to go ahead and probably uproot majority of those trees and then kind of lay out some different landscaping through the middle of the park to kind of give it more of a greenery look as well.
Yeah.
So that'll kind of give it a good refreshing look. And then on the backside, it's becoming still more popular day to day, but we're going to be putting in pickleball courts. So I still haven't played it myself, but
I know everyone loves pickleball right now.
Apparently it's the new thing. Like Patriots Park has their courts. Other side of town will have their courts, and we may be drawn in some dang pickleball tournament business. I have no idea, but I'm not going to be surprised.
We're missing out or something, right?
Someone had an idea way before we did. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But I did want to mention, we were talking to Tim Thursday at our rec meeting. Alabaster Veterans Park was actually voted the best city park by Shelby Living, which was pretty cool. I agree. I didn't know that, and I saw the plaque and the award, and I said, man, that's
amazing.
That means they're going through every outlier in Shelby County and laying out. And I said, and now just give it another year or so. So really about they're going to have the anticipated date for these veteran parks these upgrades to be done. They're supposed to start around August and be done by February before baseball season kicks off. So if that happens on track, the weather holds up and all that, I think by next year they're still going to vote us number one because it's got a lot of good stuff.
I mean, I think they should. Yeah, it's pretty amazing as is, but then upgrades even better, right?
Yeah, and there's that playground in the very back. I don't know if most people even see it back there, but where the soccer fields are and all that, they're actually coming to redo all that as well. So that'll give it more of a just an overall destination park for all the kids to be at. So
we love that.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got CityFest coming up.
Yep.
That is June 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Thompson High School again, same layout. And I know Jamie went over all the artists coming, and he said, and I don't know him all that well, but he's claiming they're some of the biggest names out there. Hey, look, I believe him. He knows what he's doing.
They are, and I have Sister Hazel on repeat in the car right now, preparing myself. It might be a little embarrassing, but it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, Michael Warren, I know. Chris Lane, I know a little bit about. I don't listen to too much country, but I know a couple of the songs at least. So I'm just saying, if we're gonna keep drawing in big names like this, we're gonna keep having a big show out too every year.
And there's always incredible vendors, incredible food options. It's just a great time. If you've never been, bring a chair, bring a blanket.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just enjoy it, right?
And being able to showcase the high school too, just because it's a heck of a campus.
Absolutely.
And being able to have all that room out there and still keep it. We're now integrating the school outlook as well as the city's outlook together, which I think is great. And that's,
I do too.
In the long term, just gonna keep drawing folks in to want to be part of our city. So
that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Do we know what time that starts?
9, 10?
It's on the website.
It is on the website, alabastercityfest.com.
Yeah.
But I believe the first artist was really early, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
It just kind of gets bigger names, headliners kind of towards the bottom. But it'll be going all night, I think. It's like Chris Lane was like 9 p.m. or something like that. So it's gonna be a long night. So plan to be there all day. So
drink some energy drinks.
Yes, you'll need some. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Another thing that we talk about constantly, but it is an ongoing project. It's 119.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes. All right. And as a guy that drives it every day too, I hope the public can see that there is a lot of progress going on. The northbound side coming from Smoky Road back towards Fulton Springs, there's been a lot of work done.
Yeah.
And I know there's still cones up everywhere. I know there's still those little reflective signs still up in that right-hand turn lane. I know, I got it. But they're right there. I mean, they're right there on the northbound. They're going to start on the southbound. As you can see, they're starting to lay out everything coming from Walmart back down now, back down to Smoky Road and Butler. But that I don't have a completion date for anybody, but I will say I'm so glad they're moving it. And I think after seeing it day to day, if you really kind of look at how it first started to now, your traffic flow is actually more consistent.
It is.
You're not so much getting jammed up too bad, making that right or left-hand turn off of Fulton Springs or Smoky Road. So it's coming along.
I think we've all kind of gotten used to it a little bit, planning a little bit ahead of time more so. And it's moving, and I see the lanes. The lanes are there. Like, I'm so excited. So I think we're all just packing that patience every time we go.
I know. And again, it's hard to. I know it's going to be really easy to say when it's all done, but it's like, if we can just look at the aspect of having that stretched out for the next. Look at anybody that grew up this way. It's been here 10 years plus, or anything more than that. Looking at the difference of what that's going to be done, just have that traffic flow moving at 4 lanes at that point. Amazing. It's going to all be worth it.
It will.
It's just these growing pains again that no one wants to go through, but we got to we're not slowing down as the city goes as far as growth goes. So
Nope.
we might as well accommodate all those people coming in.
So speaking of growth, Highlands,
Yes.
Church of the Highlands
Yeah.
has a new campus coming. Everyone's seen it go up. If you are driving down 119,
That's right. Yeah.
what do we have dates of when that's going to open? What's going on with that?
Actually, we just, my wife and I attended there, and actually at service yesterday, they just announced they were going to be pushing the summer, they thought, but now an effective true date will be August of this coming year. So
Okay.
in the month of August, just expect that to be up and fully operational. Yes, it's going to cause more traffic issues, more congestion, but as I don't know, as they like to say, and as we like to say as well, like that's a great beacon. That's a great city on a hill kind of effect to have a campus drawing that big of a crowd.
Yeah.
And I know it's in a tough spot on 119, but it's nice to have a biblical perspective right there in the middle of all this mess, because I think that'll be a good shine of light for a lot of people. And I think it's going to be frustrating to deal with that traffic, but it's once that southbound side is done again, they'll probably figure out a different way, if I had to guess, having an in-and-out avenue to just that campus, because it's going to be popular.
Absolutely, and I know you guys have been waiting for quite a while to have a permanent campus, so that's going to be really wonderful for you guys.
Yes.
That's awesome.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, now the water tower has been getting some upgrades, right?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, they did massive sandblasting. They had to put. I remember I was talking to Rick Ellis the other day, and he left his car parked there one night, and he said he came back and his whole car was covered with sandblast. They had some tarps that doing it all, but I guess it just some of it seeped out. But anyway, so they've done a complete renovation of it, I guess, and they're actually come back through. The sandblast is almost complete, and they're going to come through and prime and repaint it now.
Okay.
So it's supposed to give whatever they're painting with, I'm not too savvy on it, but whatever they're painting with, it's supposed to kind of just keep the structure more sound, and any of the rust and everything that's coming from the interior out, they took care of that. And it's supposed to give a good reflective light on the new lights they put on there as well, to where it should come off a little different and give a different perspective to the water tower there, but still maintain the classic look of it as well at the same time.
It's kind of like a emblem of our city.
It is, yeah.
I think that's, I mean, it's on your shirt.
I know, yeah. And I think
nice.
right before I started council, they said, hey, we kind of went all in with this thing, so we might as well go ahead and make it be a good beacon for us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate so much you giving us all this info. I know there's so much going on in the city. I know you guys are so busy. We thank you for your service to the city. Just keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Summer's almost here, right?
I know, we're almost there. Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Zach. Guys, make sure you tune in next month for another Council Comments brought to you by the City of Alabaster.